Other interesting cultural news, you have Mark Hamill of Corvette Summer on the Supreme Court Trump decision going viral. Now, Mark Hamill is realistically only known for Corvette Summer, which is a good movie. It's about Corvettes and summer. Some might argue the best time of the year. And back then, it was the C3 Corvette in that movie. It's been a couple of years since pretty sure I've seen the cover. That was back when they actually had the option of a stick shift, as all cars should have by default. The new Corvette is automatic only, and they even have a hybrid and an EV version, which another topic for another time perhaps, also known as trash. But nevertheless, Mark Hamill wanted to let people know his eloquent thoughts. Not really, he thinks that, but let's pull it up. Mark Hamill says, breaking news, SCOTUS to the founding fathers, F you. How eloquent, Mr. Corvette Summer, how wise. Did he actually read the decision by the Supreme Court, the justifications? No, I'm sure he just read the extreme leftist highlight by Sotomayor. Now, again, this went viral, got 1.2 million views and 37,000 likes. Just people love Corvette Summer. It's a great film. Again, great time of year, summer, and Corvettes used to be awesome. Now, one of the first comments does come from Brandon Herrera, also known as the AK guy, saying, suddenly you give a shit about the founding fathers. Now, that got 6.5 thousand likes, which, yep, precisely. Spoiler alert, Mark Hamill is a famous leftist who doesn't think he should own guns, and also is one of those never Trumpers and thinks Trump is evil. He's Aloha, which, the only appropriate time I could think of someone using the palm tree and their emoji in their name. He's not a famous leftist, but he's a leftist that I follow because, again, more contrarian statements and more perspectives is better. Life can get a little bit boring if you're in an echo chamber. And Keith Aloha says, quote, Mark Hamill, what are your thoughts? Shouldn't Biden be acting accordingly? The corrupt SCOTUS rules in favor of presidential immunity for official acts. We must call on POTUS Biden to act accordingly. Deploy the military to arrest and imprison Trump and every GOP elected official that supports Trump and MAGA. Start the dictatorship today. This is what SCOTUS and MAGA want, so let's give it to them. Do you agree? Which, again, Keith is absolutely mentally vacuous, of course. Because, again, they said official acts. Now, again, many would argue the DOJ is already doing that against Trump. I don't think anyone in history has been more politically persecuted with all the lawfare that we've been seeing. And fascinatingly enough, all these charges against Trump just so happened to align during the presidential race. They didn't happen 3 years ago, or 2 years ago. They happened this year. Now, he also says, let's see, how many likes did that get? 43 likes. Linda hates the GOP thugs. At least good for marketing. You know what she's all about. She is an animal advocate. She says there's no plan B. She's a Democrat warrior. Sounds lonely. She says it's a devastating day for democracy, which is funny. Every time they don't get their way, it's always the death of democracy. If they ever lose, it's death to democracy. Drama queens. She says corrupt as F, or she has a meme or a picture that says corrupt as F. It shows the constitutionalist of the Supreme Court in the picture, getting 1.7 thousand likes. Let's see. Patty, I dissent, also known as Pro-Row. Her profile picture says Pro-Row. And she also says, she describes herself as a political Democrat, political and legal junkie. She says, wait, she has what is it, the blue heart? And she says X is not a dating app. I don't want to say she's undateable, but yeah, I'm not sure how many times it actually happens. She says SCOTUS has broken the judicial branch of our government. Yeah, 137 likes. Ironhead841 says, quote, I didn't actually read the SCOTUS decision, but the rest of my liberal buddies are big and mad, so I am too. And he says, you know, it's a quote. It says Luke Skywalker 2024. Who the hell is that? I think he means Corvette Summer, obviously. I got 1.7 thousand likes. Let's see. Denison Barb says SCOTUS seems to be as legitimate as Russia court at this point. All predetermined outcomes. And 378 likes. One bad dude says you sound like an insurrectionalist. This isn't a fantasy land where you little Muppet friends, you dork. Getting 768 likes. Josette Carso says bind to the American people. F you. Getting 359 likes. Lakota Man, who I don't want to say he's mentally vacuous. Wait a minute, I do. He is Native American and believes gun control is a good thing and the government should only have guns. I'll let that sink in there to give you a little bit of background to this Lakota Man. And obviously he's a enraging leftist. Though he has, 500,000 followers. People like what he's saying. How am I not following him yet? There we go. He says like. Mentally vacuous, but 946 likes. People liked what he had to say. Let's see here. Insurrection Barbie says no SCOTUS to communist scumbags. F you. America echoes the call. SCOTUS. Well, hilariously enough, a lot of these people that are angry at the Supreme Court can't even do a single push-up, but I digress. She did get 149 likes. Not a dumb blonde. That's her profile name. I can't help but think, well, she's not a dumb blonde. I mean, again, we'll read what she has to say, but that profile name. And she says, quote, founding fathers would never put the word democracy in our Constitution. Stop treating your partisan politics like it's a sports team. Grow the F up, Jedi. Unquote. Getting 653 likes, which I agree with what she has to say, even if she has a funny profile name. Not dumb. It's almost as ridiculous as having a profile name or a name like Topping. Oh, wait. I partially digress. See if there's any more fun comments here. Let's see. Again, people love Corvette Summer. It's a great film. That's why people have been paying attention for Mark Hamill for decades. And one film really defined his career, I think. Let's see here. Peggy Smith has a picture of Benjamin Franklin and the Founding Fathers, a painting of them, and the text says, "You know what what it doesn't say in the Constitution? Give up your rights to appease some crybaby leftist." Getting 20 likes. So, the heck is this? Got a little Muppet guy there. Hell's Unicorn. Funny looking. Oh, it looks like he actually took this from Planet of Memes, nevertheless. It says more on Mark Hamill is. Got 28 likes. Gerald TM also says, breaking news, SCOTUS to Mark Hamill, FU getting 304 likes. See, one more. Right-wing dad says, quote, I don't like what the Supreme Court decision, therefore I'm going to pretend to know what it actually said. Unquote. Luke Skywalker. Getting 748 likes. So not too surprised. Oh, actually, it is kind of surprising. The United States is about 50-50 split left and right. And Mark Hamill, say about 60% against him. So fascinatingly enough, when you look at, the people who follow the Biden profile on X Twitter, it is usually 80 to 90% against him, if not more. So it'll be interesting to see how many people are influenced by Mr. Corvette Summer's performance on X Twitter, if he actually influenced any votes this year, and how long does he really stay culturally relevant? Because again, that movie came out years ago. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I want to say was it 75? Let me see here. I mean, I should know. It's his best work ever done. Corvette Summer, IMDb. Let's see here. When did Corvette Summer come out? Oh, I was close. I said 76, I think. It's 1978. Yeah, the customized Corvette. Well, it has a cool little body cover on front. Actual note piece on the nose. And for those who are interested about the storyline of the film that defined Mark Hamill, Corvette Summer, it says, quote, Ken loves to design and build exotic cars. When the high school shop class project car, a fully tricked out dream Corvette, is stolen, he begins to search for it. His search leads him to Las Vegas, where Vanessa, a teenage prostitute wannabe, helps him track it down. Which, interestingly enough, it still was rated PG at the time. And it is defined as an adventure as well as a comedy. Which, people in America, Corvette's an American muscle. People used to love that car for decades. Shouldn't be too surprised that storyline with such brilliant eloquence made so many Americans happy to the point where he has millions of followers. What's your favorite? That'd be an interesting question. What's your favorite scene from Corvette Summer, and when's the last time you watched it? Let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.